I'm John Ray on the Price and Value Journey. When a solopreneur starts their services business, the default pricing decision almost invariably, I've found, is to discount their services because the business is new. They'll figure out what others are charging, usually an hourly rate, and they discount heavily based on what they learn. It's an understandable decision, but it's based on the wrong idea that your discounted services will bring in clients who ordinarily would not engage you because your business is brand new. It's a pervasive notion. I did it myself when I started out. But the problem is that it can lead to long-term problems for your business. Sure, you might attract a few takers who are exclusively focused on price, but those buyers are typically not your ideal clients. These clients often expect you to give them champagne services, even though they paid the rot gut beer price. For clients who are judging a services provider based not just on price, but on their perceived value of the service, you've created an anchoring problem. All of us as human beings are prone to a cognitive bias known as anchoring when it comes to determining whether to make a purchase based on the information we initially encounter. The starting point, or anchor price, influences a client's view of the product's value. Subsequent decisions are then skewed by the initial reference price. These decisions can be entirely arbitrary and unrelated to the value of the item or service. Subsequent price points are evaluated relative to the price anchor, not the value of the service. And that's often the case even if the perceived value of the service in that client's mind is quite high. Now let's look at a real-life example of how this works and the power of anchoring in a client's mind. I've had a subscription to The Athletic, which is an online sports journalism site, for some time. And early on, when the site was new, I took advantage of their promotional pricing offer of $1 per month. Several months later, they let me know I'd have to pay the normal quote-unquote price of $9.99 a month. So what did I do? I canceled. That $1 price was fixed in my head. There is no way, I thought, that the site was worth $120 a year based on the other subscriptions I had and what I had seen on the Athletic site during that promotional period. It just wasn't worth more than $1 a month to me. I made that decision even though a lot of comparable sites were priced similarly to the $9.99 price they were asking. Now, I've since been lured back as a subscriber. Why? Because they offered me the original $1 per month price I paid at the beginning. For this site, the $1 a month is cemented in my head. It's extremely difficult to get a low price anchor out of the head of the typical client. Moreover, it can cause you serious harm in your business if your reputation starts to solidify as the cheap option for your service. So what do? The problem is best addressed with a value conversation. This dialogue with the client starts well before you get to discussions around pricing. The conversation begins with an admission that you may not offer the best solution to that client's problems. And if you do that, by the way, that's a trust builder. And you have to have that conversation, you say to the client, because you need to ask some questions to figure out whether that's a good fit or not. And yes, I understand beginning a conversation with a prospect this way takes guts when you're first starting out and dying to build your revenue. I get that. But when you discuss with that prospect what's led to the conversation you're having, how big is the problem, and how many other issues in the business does it cause? What will the client be able to do because the problem is solved? Make more money, save money, have less stress, what have you? How much does it cost to do nothing? What are the benefits a solution will deliver to them, which aren't measured in dollar terms. When you have conversations like this, trust deepens, and you're having a conversation, a value conversation with that client that helps them figure out how much the outcomes you'll deliver to them are worth to them. When you talk to clients about what they value, you change the point of comparison. The conversation becomes less about how new your business is. Instead, the comparison becomes more grounded in what's most important to that business owner: successful transformation and the value of that change. After a thorough talk about value, you may find that you're not a good fit for this client because what they really need is something you can't give them. If so, you have helped them and yourself. If you think you can help the client, though, offer ideas for how you can work together. Craft a set of good, better, best service options. The good choice should be a basic compact car offering, you might say, that costs more than what your gut tells you it should. The best choice should be your luxury solution to the problem, which you know you can deliver at a price you think is crazy high. In each of these options, your pricing is set to receive just a piece of the value of those outcomes you've discussed with the client. You've positioned your services as an investment on which that client will receive a return they've already estimated themselves. At first, you will feel like you're on a trapeze with no net below. You won't feel like you know what you're doing. You'll get to where you want to go with your business much faster, however. Have as many of these value conversations as you can. Have them even with those business owners who don't have any intention of hiring you, but are willing to help you by giving you insights into their own business and where they see value in what you do. You'll lay a much more solid foundation for your pricing and for the long-term success of your business. I'm John Ray on the Price and Value Journey. If you'd like to know more about the ideas that I've expressed here in this podcast, you can get them in my book. It's called The Generosity Mindset, A Journey to Business Success by Raising Your Confidence, Value, and Prices. The book covers topics like value and adopting a mindset of value, pricing your services more effectively, proposals, and other essential elements of growing your business. The book is available at all major physical and online book retailers. And if you'd like to know more, you can go to thegenerositymindset.com. You can also email me directly, john@johnray.co. Thank you for joining me.